Betash, bonjour. Merci d'être venu à Saint-Jean-de-Luz pour présenter Le Pardon. Thank you for coming to Saint-Jean-de-Luz to present Le Pardon, the original title being The Ballad of a White Cow. When did you started to have this idea of a film?
Merci beaucoup. First, I have to say thank you so much for inviting me and my film in this amazing festival with these intelligent spectators and nice city. Yeah, the story is the story of many people in our country and also other countries with death penalty. We investigated so many cases, similar cases in Iran and also other countries, and also we had a person in our family who inspired us very much, who was Maryam's mother, because Maryam's father has been executed, and the real Mina, which we dedicated the film to her, is Maryam's mother, and she inspired us very much. So during the last 8-9 years, we were thinking always about this story, and we wrote the first edition of the script almost 8 years ago, and then we started to rewrite it and do the investigations. And first we tried to shoot the film almost 6 years ago, but we couldn't. We couldn't get the permission, and there were so many problems. We couldn't find investors for the film because they were worried that it's better not to put money in this film. This film can make trouble for them or will be banned. There is no chance to make their money back. So it took 3-4 years again for us to try harder. And then almost 4 years ago, we could get a permission just for shooting. However, not with this script. It was another script. Then we started the film, and we could find the money. I mean, enough money to just shoot the film. Now the film can't get permission for screening in Iran and also outside Iran. And now we are showing the film actually without the permission for outside Iran. But at least we are happy that now we have the film ready.
So we're talking about the story but can you please do the pitch of the film for our viewers to know more about Ballad of a White Cow? What's the story about?
The name, you mean?
No, the story of the film. Does it, like in a way, how does it start?
Yeah, I don't want to spoil the story, but I will tell that the film is mainly is about misjudgment and forgiveness, la pardon.
And guilt also.
And guilt, yeah. And because we have the rule of death penalty in our country, and so there are some cases that the judges they decide wrongly about the person who is guilty actually is not guilty, and then after the execution they discover that the guy was innocent. So this is the misjudgment, and but the difference is that in our film the story is starting after the execution, how the people can affect it by a law, or better say maybe a wrong law, and how they will be affected, and their life will be changed after a misjudgment or wrong decision. So it's more about the judgment and forgiveness, and as you said, guilt.
How do you work with Maryam? Because she's your actress, but she's also your co-director. So how are you guys working? And it's not you first directed her in a film, then you work together on a documentary, and now you're working together on fiction.
Yeah, actually, the titles is not important. Actually, we are both doing everything. We are starting with the script and talking with each other, and sometimes fighting with each other for for a long time. Sometimes we stop talking with each other. She goes and I go because we don't want to continue fighting about script or about and story. But it helps actually, because when you fight about some details, it means you are going to reach something better. We always talk and talk and talk during writing the script, and then when we come to pre-production, we take the decisions together about the cast, about the crew, uh, working with the actors, with the actresses. But on the shooting, actually, when she's in front of the camera, so I am behind the camera and I'm directing. She's trusting me on the set. And it works actually, it works completely, because we have we have checked everything before with each
Mm.
other. Now we are on the set, and we can be relaxed, and she can be relaxed. She's just thinking about her role, and I'm behind the camera doing the directing.
Yeah, she's fantastic in the film.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet on a film? How did it happen?
Actually, we met first in Sweden, um, almost 11 years ago, because Maryam used to live there,
Mm-mm.
and I went also there for a film school. Then we met there, and we decided to work with each other. Then we came back to Iran. Maryam played a role in Jafar Panahi's film
Mhm.
Closed Curtain, who won the Silver Beer in Berlinale. Then when she came back from the Berlinale, they took her passport,
Ah.
the government, and they didn't let her to leave the country. So she had to stay for almost 4 years and not go back to Sweden. Then we had the time to write scripts, and we started to write and write. So maybe it was the best decision for us. They
Mm.
did a big help to us. They put us in the country, so we had to write and write. We wrote The Risk of Acid Rain. Also, we wrote the first edition of Ballad of a White Cow in
Mhm.
those 4 years, and we shoot The Risk of Acid Rain during that 4 years. And then we like this uh, co-working with each other, and then we decided to have a documentary and then the new film.
Uh, you mentioned the Berlin Film Festival. You received the public prize with your film. How did it feel? Because as you said, you still don't have the authorization of showing the film in Iran. So how did it feel to suddenly you being able to show your film to an audience and to win the audience prize?
Hmm. Actually, it's really amazing, because I always believe that we are making films for the spectators, and they are the most important part of the cinema. So when your film is being touched with some audiences all over the world, it's very nice for a director. Uh, so it was a really good experience in Berlinale, because, as you know, there are very talented spectators,
Mm.
with good taste, always like this.
Obviously.
Yeah, and when they vote for our film, I mean, they select our film as the best non-German film in whole competition. So I was a little relaxed about what I've done, and I thought that, and it was the start, because I thought that in other countries, different people, they're going to be touched with the film, and then it continued in different festivals like Tribeca, Carlo Vivari, and also your festival as yesterday. I saw all the people, they were touched with the film, and now I can be relaxed that the film is touching all the spectators with different nationalities. And about our country, we had the experience of just two, three screenings,
Hmm.
very nice screenings. And after that, they stopped the permission. They said, no, there's no more screening for this film, because the problem started from the moment that the people, they watched the film. So in that 2.5 screening, one of them was with just only 50 people, but
Okay.
the other two it was more. I experienced something very nice because the Iranians, they really love the film, because most of the Iranians these days, they agree with the concept of the film, you know. They think that something should be changed in this law. There are so many problems. So the Iranians also, they like the film, and I think if there's a chance one day, if we can national release in our country, this film can have a really good success. But it seems a little difficult for me and the film and to get the permission.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that the film, the first release will be in France.
Yes.
And it's coming by the end of the month. And you
Yes.
know that Iranian films are really appreciated in France. So,
Yes.
what are your hopes for the film in France?
Actually, I have a little stress because of this, but I know that the French people, they like Iranian cinema, and you know, the French people, they are one of the, I mean, they are one of the best spectators in the world. I mean, they are talented. They know different kind of cinema, the genres, which is very important, and also the most important part is that they are following Iranian cinema.
Sure.
Yesterday, I had the experience here talking with different French people after watching my film. They knew everything about Iranian cinema. They know all of our filmmakers, Kiarostami, Farhadi, Panahi, and they have watched all of their films. They're talking about the films. They see the differences between their films. So it means they really like Iranian cinema. So in this situation, the French spectator is very important for me, because I'm a new director. This is my second film, so it's very important for me that the French spectator, they like the film and be touched by the film. So we have to do our best in the 3 weeks coming to do the advertisement. To actually, I believe that if we can do something to bring the audience to the cinema, they will like the film, and they will talk about the film, and they will bring some more to the cinema.
You're right.
The most important part for us is how to bring them, especially in this season. There are so many films, and also there are still some problems because of COVID and vaccination, and the platforms also in the last 2 years, they made some spectators stay at home and just watching films. So
But look here, there's still some hope.
yeah. Yesterday I was surprised here.
Last question. You mentioned Asghar Farhadi. He shot a film in France, in French. Can you imagine doing that in the future, to shoot a film outside of Iran in a different language?
Yeah, why not? Actually, we have scenarios for that, me and Maryam, and we love that scenario. And it can be shot in France also. Maybe this is the best country for the story, and also other European countries, but the story happens in Europe. Yeah, I really like to shoot a film, especially in France, with French crew and actors, because me myself, I'm a real fan of French cinema. So why not? Maybe one day I want to have a French film.
Well, we will be happy to show it in Saint-Jean-de-Luz. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much. Thank you so much.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci à
Patrick.
vous.